The big question, another big question that a lot of people have now, including myself, I am very worried. I'm glad they did the turn in retrospect. We won't get the follow up until that March 17th run, about a week and a half. Hopefully, new music and entrance, and they just go all out with it. That's my other thing. If they're going to make this work, make it go all out, like Jamie had said. New music, new gear, would love that. That being said, though, is this going to be short lived? Do they turn him back at Mania? He loses, and then him and Cody make out afterward, and then, Cody retains the title, and then Cena, shows him respect, and blah, 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 blah. WrestleMania 29 all over again. We get Babyface Cena back as soon as WrestleMania. I think that would be an absolute fucking waste of one of the biggest angles, to Jamie's point, that they have ever done, the biggest heel turn in WWE history. I think that'd be an absolute waste. Are you worried of the same thing, Mr. Marceau? And obviously, to that point as well, does Cena have to win at Mania? Because to me, the answer is yes.
Worried? No. I wouldn't say I'm worried. I think you could still wrap it up, and like you said, like maybe eventually do turn it back face. Like he could say, even though I sold my soul, I need to go back to my hustle, loyalty, and respect to like finally get the job done. I would say like why waste that moment to go like turn back babyface after 2 months? I kind of feel like you're kind of in that bed now. Once you turn him heel, you kind of have to. You made your bed, you kind of have to sleep in it now. But I guess you could do that. I wouldn't specifically, but I think, like you said, if he lost to Cody, similar to like 28, he's on the ramp, fucking stunned. He like sold his soul and he still couldn't beat Cody. And then, like you said, like I sold my soul, I still couldn't win. I'm gonna go back to my principles: hustle, loyalty, respect. And then at the end of the year, he can win the belt. I wouldn't do that specifically, but I think that's a possibility.
Yeah, I just think there's a chance that could happen. I think Cody would honestly maybe get booed for that. If you really want to get Cody booed, I think you have him win and have him retain the title on the 1-year anniversary of when he won the championship. I think this is the right time. I'm not sick of Cody's reign. I think he's had a great reign, but I think if you really want to switch things up, you put the belt on Cena for a few months. Whether Cena can really have a great run at this point in his career remains to be seen, but you have enough challengers between Punk, like Jamie said, among other people. A lot of obvious opponents if you want to go down that route. So, Jamie, I ask you as well, do you think it'd be a waste? Based on your head nod earlier, I'm going to take that as a yes, that it would be a waste. But give me your thoughts. Why should they not turn Cena back as early as WrestleMania? And like you said earlier, does he have to win at WrestleMania 41?
I think he should win at WrestleMania 41. Do I think it would be a waste if he didn't? Yeah, I do. I really though, like, how do you turn the biggest babyface of all time heel and have everything behind him, include like not just the machine, but now you have corporate Rock? Because let's be honest, Rock has kind of taken the spot of Vince at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because I think because Rock's are now even more incoherent than Vince's were now sometimes. But yeah, I think he's got to win at Mania now, and it doesn't. It's gonna be like a face moment for sure, but I think him winning as a heel is gonna mean so much more. Just because because everybody always thought that when Cena wins, it's going to be this great big moment. He breaks the record, all the big hoopla, and don't get me wrong, he's still going to get all the big treatment. He'll get the pyro, he'll get the confetti, and blah blah blah, whatever. But he can still do it when he's a heel. And I was going to say when's the last time that we had a heel and Mania, but that was literally 2 years ago at 39. But
yeah.
But I think what happens is that Cena wins, and this is how you treat him in his last year. I say you have him continue be heel. I don't think he turns back at Mania. I think that's a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
I think you turn him back eventually, because you don't want to end his career on him being a heel, because that's not how people are going to remember him. Don't get me wrong. This is how a lot of people are going to remember his final years. Like, holy shit, look what happened. He turned. But I think he wins at Mania. He holds it for a bit, and he does essentially, what he said I think it was with CVV back last year,
Yeah.
where he said, I would show up less, I wouldn't work as hard. He would basically be like, I'm going to hold this belt and see you later. I'm going to go back to my movie set. I'm going to go do this, yada, yada. And that's how you're able to spread his dates out. This is the other thing about Clem. Um, and like that's the other thing too, like that plays into the heel run right now, or like the turn, anyways. He showed up on the Raw premiere on Netflix, and he left. Didn't see him until the Rumble. Then he left. We didn't see him until Chamber.
Yeah.
And now he's gone again. Like, this is the other thing that people aren't really kind of cluing in here, where it's just like, well, he's only showed up. This is 3 times now.
Yeah.
In his retirement run, and now we're into March. Like you would because like, I didn't expect him to work every single week, but you'd think that like, if he's still holding up the mantra that, he would be here a little bit more. But I think he holds it till, I want to say maybe SummerSlam, maybe early fall. And then I think we start, because eventually we're going to start seeing a bit of like a dissension between Cena and Rock.
Oh, of course.
Because they were rivals for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And that shit just doesn't go away. So, and my buddy Simon, who was with me at Chamber, he had mentioned that he said that he thinks that potentially, maybe down the road, and like this is further on down the road, like closer towards the end of the year, but maybe like it'd be wild, but maybe do like Survivor Series, War Games, Team Cena versus Team Rock. I doubt Rock would do a fucking War Games match, but Cena doing a War Games match I could see.
Maybe, yeah.
But Rock picking his best 5 guys against Cena and his 4 guys, like maybe do something like that.
Yeah.
Because there is rumor too that I think in December they're going to be doing like a John Cena like PLE send off.
Yeah.
Plus aggression, I think is what they were going to title it. And then that's where you do like, then that's like the official swan song, Cena's last match, full on babyface, have him face whoever, like that. You can pit him up against anybody. Yeah. I think it should be Randy. That's just me. If he doesn't have a feud with Randy during the title reign that I think he's going to have after WrestleMania, but we'll see.
Yeah. I think that match has got to happen at some point. No, I think especially for Cena's final match, that would be awesome. But I don't know what would be more cool, doing that as Cena's final match or doing it after Mania if Cena was champion and you have babyface Orton versus heel Cena. That's fucking surreal. So I think that alone would be crazy.
That's the other thing too. Like, we're living in a timeline where CM Punk cut a scathing face promo on a heel John Cena and a heel Rock. And like, that's the other thing too. Like, now it's good to relive these feuds. Go back and feud with Punk. Go back and feud with Orton. Go back and feud with
AJ Styles,
Right, because they're all faces. Now like the deck has been reshuffled. Now you can go back and do it.
Dude, he could have.
Now it's more intriguing.
Well, he's retiring, of course, in December, which I'll go back to in a second. But this is why I'm saying I feel like it should have happened a while ago, because you could have gotten all of these feuds had he turned in like 2020, 2015. He could have extended, like Hogan extended his career by God knows how many fucking years by turning heel in '96. Had he never turned heel, he may have been done a lot sooner than that. But, I mean, at least we're getting it at all. I don't want to complain too much. At least we're getting it, And it should make for a fun final year. I agree with both you guys. I think turning back Babyface and Mania would be incredibly short-sighted and stupid and premature.